So it's been a lot of rumors lately about graphics cards pricing and things starting to come down and return normal. I have a pretty good keen eye at looking at this sort of stuff in the future, so today we'll go and take a look at that. Get your next gaming PC from Build Redux. Compare pricing to buying the parts yourself and stop overpaying. Pick your starting budget, see your estimated gaming performance, and then see your PC based on your choices. Plus, Redux offers a growing support hub to answer all your questions. And it's backed by a 2-year parts and labor warranty, so you're covered. Pick your budget, pick your games, and get Build Redux. By now you probably have seen the Digital Trends article that's come out. I don't want to say clickbaiting, but cautiously optimistically, which is also another really stupid PR term, not with Digital Storms, but just in general. We are cautiously optimistic that GPU prices are going to dramatically fall in the next month. Now, they are basically just re-reporting what a Twitter user, Greymon55, I believe his name is, which apparently has a good track record of leaks and rumors and stuff. We're gonna talk today about the rumors, my thoughts on it. It's funny, the jokes aside at the intro of this video, I've usually had a pretty good ability at predicting the market, what was gonna happen with sales and all that sort of stuff up until the pandemic, and then everything went out the window. But I feel like we're just seeing, again, once again, some regurgitated rumors, if you will. First and foremost, what seems to be the intersect and the line that people are following in terms of GPU pricing is specifically having to do with Ethereum pricing. Now, Bitcoin, obviously, they moved on to ASICs and whatnot a long time ago, but Ethereum is still primarily, in fact, just exclusively mined on GPUs at the moment. We've talked about proof of stake for a long time. In fact, we talked about this a year ago, where they were supposed to be making the move to proof of stake in like the beginning of 2021, and that didn't happen. Fast forward now to February, almost March of 2022. Apparently now that's going to be happening, which means ASICs and other things are going to become the future for mining Ethereum. Now, I'm not going to hold my breath on that because of the fact that we've heard this for so long now. But the other thing having to do with Ethereum that has had to do with apparently the price drop, and we've seen a steady decrease in pricing now for about the last 6 months or so. Since October of 2021, we have seen a very steady decline, where now you can get a graphics card at the amazing deal at only 100% markup. It was 318% at its peak. So we've obviously seen pricing coming down until it's back to 0% markup. Then it's kind of like not that big of a deal. Digressing now, Ethereum mining has gotten more difficult. And the difficulty of Ethereum mining going up tells us that there are more GPUs online, there's more mining taking place. If more mining taking place right now, it's all happening on GPUs, and the difficulty is going up means people are still adding rigs and mining rigs to the Ethereum mining market, and tells you there's still GPUs obviously being bought and used for that purpose. But difficulty going up in correlation with the price going down reduces the benefit. So with raising cost of energy, the cost to buy in the market, so it costs money to mine. People forget that all the time. They think they're just taking some graphics card, turning it on, and then, hey, look, I'm printing money essentially. But no, power cost, the efficiency of the GPU and its mining capability itself, LHR aside, we're talking obviously with not LHR, but we're just mining in general. And the price of the mined coin itself, those three factors depend or correlate to determine whether or not it's worth even doing. So right now, with difficulty up and pricing dropping on Ethereum, it's making it to where it's not nearly as beneficial for many people. So you're seeing a lot of people get out, sell used hardware or whatever. The selling of used hardware, that's not going to really affect the market as much as that means those people aren't buying more because they're trying to expand their farms to create a more profitable situation. We've seen this before though, and this is why I say the cautiously optimistic thing. I feel like every time the market starts to turn, every market turns. Every stock market, every single publicly traded company, whether in Bitcoins, cryptocurrency, all coins, right? Dogecoin, Bitcoin, whatever coin, your coin, mama coin, grandpa coin, whatever, has all gone up and down. And every time it goes down, people are like, this is it, it's crashing, everything's going back to normal. And then whoop, it goes right back up. I have another kind of a morbid prediction here. And that is that as things are unfolding in Eastern Europe like they are right now, I feel like markets not based on gold and silver might go up. So you might see cryptocurrency actually go up quite a bit again because it's sort of an against the grain market, obviously. Not backed by big banks means that the value might go up as the economy is taking a huge hit. So I feel like that's something where this article came out maybe a little prematurely given the situation over the last 48 hours. I feel like if that's the case, then you can just forget all pricing making sense. Not to mention conflicts like this obviously affect world markets all over the place, including tangible goods. Now, the other thing here being the inevitable launch eventually of the next generation graphics cards, whether it be RDNA 3 or 40 series from NVIDIA. Both rumored to be launching later this year. Later this year being more than likely September, October, like we saw in 2020. Now, once these cards reach fall, not necessarily RDNA 2. Remember, RDNA 2 came out after 30 series, but not that long after. Once 30 series makes it to September of 2022, that makes it 2 years old. And that is its life cycle for the most part with NVIDIA. However, the market has shown that without being able to keep things in stock, the relevance of the card remains high. Because if you couldn't even get the current generation, a next generation oftentimes doesn't make sense if you still have problems even supplying the current generation. It doesn't mean they're not going to. It doesn't mean look, they were already working on 40 series by the time 30 series was launched. By the time it was launched, those engineers were already on to the next process, which is called Lovelace in this one. So you can expect a new graphics card to launch. So I think we're seeing this really weird Venn diagram right now of people are like, well, I didn't even get 30 series, so I might as well just wait till 40, take a shot at that one. Ethereum pricing value going down while difficulty goes up means you take some of the strain that the cryptocurrency market puts on the industry and then adds to the, compounds the problem. So if you take some of that stress off the market, if they go to a proof of stake and ASICs, it takes all of that stress off entirely. And then, you see things start to become, back to normal. What's also going to happen too is obviously, I think most people after seeing what happened with 30 series are not going to even hold their breath to try and get 40, and they're still going to jump at any 30 series card that's available. And that's a good thing because more than likely you don't need 40 series anyway. 30 series is amazing. The other thing that has me a little bit concerned about current pricing though is the constant conflict right now between China and Taiwan. And you have to understand and realize that all electronics manufacturing in this space, graphics cards and all that, take place in China and Taiwan. Whether engineered in Taiwan, manufactured in China, vice versa. That whole region controls the entire world's supply of electronics. So if things start becoming tense there after what's happening in Eastern Europe, then you can expect the market to just go completely haywire. Predictions though on next gen. This is a little bit separate portion of this video that was also a part of the same rumor mill. I find this to be complete BS. There's a rumor of RDNA 3 being 2.0 to 2.3 times more powerful than 3090. There's also a rumor of 40 series being 2 to 2.5 times more powerful than 30 series. We have never, in the history of NVIDIA, seen more than a 25 to 35% family-on-family generational performance improvement, ever. We have never seen a one-time above improvement, let alone a 2 and 2.5 time improvement. We've never, ever seen that. The thing is, they didn't clarify exactly what the performance improvement was. I mean, is it specifically performance in rasterization? Is it performance in ray tracing? Is it performance in what? It's just an open-ended, 2 times better. Better at what? So there's no explanation there. Don't hold your breath. I don't expect there to be anywhere near 30 or 40% improvement or past that at the most. I do believe we saw the biggest improvement yet go from when we compared 20 series to 30 series compared to the price of performance. So you had an improvement in performance and a reduction in price. You know how that turned out. But anyway, I move on. I move on. That's my new I digress. I move on. But what we need to actually happen here is we honestly do need Ethereum to move to proof of stake. Because of that, the scalping, I guarantee there are more people trying to build farms and stuff in that mining market because of the people that don't care about gaming or any of that, but they just care about profits, are leaning on the market so hard to buy up graphics cards as fast as they can with backdoor deals direct with manufacturers and AIBs. meaning cards are not making it to retail. The cards that do make it to retail are being scalped and sold to those people that are willing to buy them because they are money-making tools, meaning the average consumer is the one that's left out to dry. Once I move to proof of stake, and I'm repeating myself here from a year ago, we will see a huge reduction in demand on graphics cards. And a reduction in demand means less profiteering off of scalping, which means scalpers will move on to whatever the next commodity is that everyone's fighting over. Right now, that seems to be everything, quite literally everything. So anyway, I saw this article, I saw some other people talking about it. Again, I'm probably being cautiously pessimistic, if you will. I don't want to be too pessimistic, but I think we've all seen trends and been like, okay, this is it. It's all going to happen. Next month, everything will be normal. No, everything won't be normal next month. And I personally am not expecting a dramatic, the language was a dramatic reduction in GPU pricing starting in March. Now, Lisa Su and Jensen themselves, when they were asked in 2021, like, hey, what does the market bear? What is the future going to look like in availability? Supply has gone way up. I know it doesn't look like it. And I know most people sitting there at their desks right now or watching this on their phone or whatever it is, just waiting to be able to buy a graphics card to finish their systems. It looks all gloom and doom. Like, no, there's not. There's like 6 cards on the market. That's not true. The availability and the units sold is public information as a publicly traded company. They don't divulge that information until they do their quarterly earnings reports. That information is public. There is nothing to hide there. We are seeing more graphics cards manufactured and supplied than we've ever seen in the history of graphics card manufacturing. The problem is the demand still exceeds that. So as much as I know the jokes and the memes are funny, they're just flat out wrong, saying that there's no availability because of poor manufacturing. That the manufacturing has scaled up bigger than we've ever seen. Now, the CEOs of both companies did say that we are expecting 2022 to be much better than 21, but not as good as we'd like to see it. And the current market trend in terms of pricing, tracing or tracking of the last 18 months or so of these graphics cards has shown a launch with an extreme spike and then a dip and another spike, and then we've seen it sort of taper off and it's slowly decreasing. Most graphics cards, though, like I said, are around 100% or just under 100% markup, which means double the price. But one of the things that's also going to help later this year, hopefully, as long as their cards don't suck, is Intel is planning on dumping about 4 million graphics cards into the market here in 2022. That means they're finally going to have their consumer cards available, their consumer gaming cards. Where they're going to land in performance, who knows? But at this point, considering the fact that people were buying 6500 XTs and 3050s, shows that people will buy a potato if it renders a frame. So they can launch the XC Potato and it will sell. 4 million more graphics cards apparently are rumored to be dumped into the market from Intel, which will help, obviously. And if they're decent at mining, then I guess that helps some of the mining craze, like them have some of the Intel cards, maybe leave NVIDIA and AMD like proven stuff alone, and then everyone's happy. But I don't think it's going to be that cut and dry. I think given what's happening in the world right now at the time of making this video, it's literally the shakeup that is making things very uncertain, especially considering it will affect that region. Anyway, I wish I had better news, but those are the rumors, and I think these rumors are overly optimistic, personally. Thanks for watching, guys. I wish I had better news for you, and don't hate me, I'm just the messenger, but it is what it is. I don't want you guys to get your hopes up. Just be realistic. If you see a card anywhere near where it's affordable for you, don't wait. Don't hold out for a 40 series or an RDNA 3 card. Don't hold out for Intel, just snatch it up. Because if you do end up getting one of those cards later on or have the opportunity to, and you still have decent resale value in your current card, like whatever it is you just grabbed, that might make more sense than waiting and then guess what? You're out of luck still. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.